All right, let's get right into it. We're going to break down how you can study so fast and so effectively that it almost feels like cheating. Forget those endless nights at the library. I'm talking about getting killer grades in a fraction of the time. We've all been there, right? You put in the hours, you sacrifice your weekends, you're buried in books, and then you see your friend who crammed everything in the night before get the exact same grade. It is so frustrating, and it makes you think, what's the point of all this hard work? But listen, here's the big secret. If you're working your tail off and not seeing the results you want, the problem isn't you. It's not about how smart you are. It's about the old, slow, inefficient way you were taught to study. So let's fix that right now. Okay, first things first. Before we can build good habits, we have to get rid of the bad ones, the things that are actively working against you. And you might be surprised where we're going to start, with what's in your snack drawer.
And look, there's real science to back this up. You know that sugary snack you grab when you're stressed and trying to focus? It's actually doing the opposite. Studies from places like UCLA have shown that too much sugar creates what they call a sugar fog. It literally slows your brain down. The smart move? Switch to actual brain fuel, things like nuts, fish, or berries. They keep you sharp and focused.
Now, before we get into any of the cool hacks and strategies, we have to talk about the single most powerful study tool you have, and that's your own mind. This is the foundation that everything else is built on. Just look at this contrast. It's huge. If you sit down and your first thought is, this is going to take forever, you've already kind of programmed yourself to fail. But what if you just decide, you know what, I'm going to knock this out fast? Or, this concept's easy, I'll get it. That simple switch changes everything. And this isn't just some motivational fluff. It's how our brains are wired. There was a Harvard study that found that just believing something can create actual physical changes in the body. So the main idea is this: start telling your brain that studying is quick and easy. Just try it and watch what happens. Okay, so our mindset is in the right place. Now, let's get practical. We're going to use two incredibly powerful principles to literally hack time and supercharge your focus. You ever notice this? If you have all day to write a paper, somehow it takes all day. That right there is Parkinson's law. If you don't give yourself a deadline, there's no urgency, and your brain will just let that task stretch on forever. But here's the cool part. We can flip this law and use it to our advantage. The solution is so simple. Just give yourself less time. Pick one thing you need to do, set a really aggressive timer. I'm talking like 30, maybe 45 minutes, and just go. That countdown forces your brain into this state of hyper-focus. It's amazing. And next up, we've got the 80-20 rule. You might have heard of it as the Pareto principle. It basically says that for almost anything, 80% of your results will come from just 20% of your effort. So when it comes to studying, the secret isn't studying more, it's figuring out that critical 20% and absolutely mastering it. So how do you find that magic 20%? It's actually way easier than you think. It's all the stuff your professor just keeps repeating in class. You know, the topics they just won't shut up about. It's the big ideas in the chapter summaries. It's what always shows up on past exams. Put your energy there, and you're officially studying smarter, not harder. All right, so now we know what to study and how to manage our time. Let's dig into some specific tactics that kind of flip the whole study process on its head for even faster results. Okay, this one is a total game changer. Instead of reading a chapter from page 1, go straight to the questions at the very end. Why? Because those questions are a cheat sheet. They tell you exactly what your professor thinks is important. You're basically reverse engineering the lesson, using the questions as a treasure map to find the key information. You know, it feels really good to go over the stuff we already get, right? But that is a trap. It gives us this false sense of being productive. Real progress, the stuff that actually raises your grade, happens when you tackle the topics that are hard for you. So spend your precious time on your weaknesses. That's where the biggest gains are. All right, let's bring all of this into the 21st century. Every single one of these techniques can be put on steroids with a tool you probably have open in another tab right now: artificial intelligence. Just think about all the boring, tedious parts of studying. AI tools like ChatGPT can do them for you. Need a quick summary of a super dense chapter? Done in seconds. Want it to create a practice test on one specific topic? Easy. Need a really complex idea explained like you're 5 years old? Just ask. And that's really what this is. It's like having a personal tutor who never sleeps and knows everything. You're not stuck waiting for office hours anymore. You have an assistant that can cut through all the boring stuff and get you straight to the part where you're actually learning. It saves so much time. So let's quickly recap the blueprint. First, you master your mindset. That's non-negotiable. Then you hack time with those aggressive timers using Parkinson's law. You apply the 80-20 rule to only focus on what truly matters. You hunt down your weaknesses for real growth. And you use AI to speed the whole thing up. And here's one final tip to make sure all of this actually sticks. This is the glue that holds it all together. Keep a list of your mistakes. Every concept you didn't get, every question you got wrong on a practice test, write it down. Looking over that list right before an exam is one of the fastest ways to lock in what you've learned. Because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. It's not just about getting better grades, it's about getting your time back, getting your life back. So the only question left is, now that you have these secrets, what are you going to do with all that free time?